Who dares defy me?
They are the villains. Ordinary people on the wrong side of justice.
Oh, yes, I was groomed to be an astronaut. And then the monkey. The monkey took my rightful place!
I know they hit the gym all the time. And they look like they could lift more than me, but workout wise, they lift more than weight can pick up more than me. But when it comes to like just normal objects,
I know what
like
you're
they got
saying.
nothing.
I know what you're saying.
Like my 5'7", 225-pound brother was lifting more than a 6'3" fucking behemoth.
Yeah,
of a man.
Like I said, there's stuff that
he was working in the field for a year.
and also, there's like, I mean, obviously, there's like techniques to it too. Like, we go like again, if you're used to lifting whatever pound bags, you're probably going to be better at it than I am, just because I don't lift pound bags.
But
every
you may
day,
not
whatever.
be as good lifting weights because there's technique in lifting weights that like.
I just was saying, like I don't lift as much as a lot of the guys.
That's my point. Like lifting anything or building any kind of strength is like if you're lifting something that's awkward, it's gonna build weird and different muscles that may make you stronger than somebody that's straight up lifting weight, at least in some aspects. Like it's
be
all
honest,
pretty crazy.
I wasn't even thinking about it like that, but you make a fucking solid point. And I work out every fucking day. I didn't even think about it like that. Good for you. You taught me something.
Hey.
Be proud.
I appreciate that. I do my best. And
because usually I shake your advice off.
Yeah, I know. I can tell. I'm always thinking that. I'm like, I said something to Breach the other day, and then he just asked me a question about that, and he definitely did not hear what I said the other day. But that's just what it's like doing.
I'm just in my own little
I forget
fucking world
exactly what that video I sent you guys was, but it was pretty much
the duo.
Yeah, where he's like, I don't even know that guy's name, but we're like best friends. I don't know, not to that exact extent, but like part of that like is how I feel with Breach when we're talking. It's like just I don't think he's listening to me. It's fair.
I have the memory of a fucking goldfish. Like I have 90 reminders a day. I have 90 reminders a day on my phone just to do like basic like normal human shit like fucking drink water. Like
you get drink water. Nah, that's crazy. I get there's people like that. I think I just don't understand it because like I've always had a crazy weird memory where I remember most things. But like I don't ever think you're being rude to me. I just assume it's just what you were doing when I said it or how I said it. And then
probably because we're playing 90% of the time when we're saying shit.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm focused on what I'm fucking doing right now in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And if you say it, unless we're just sitting, you know how we have our end of day discussions, whatever, before we get off. I probably don't think about it.
See, that's weird because that's the only way I remember. Like that's how I remember things. I remember where I was at on the map when you said something, and that's how I remember it. Whereas if we're just sitting here talking, I'm more likely to forget it because nothing's memorable happening. It's weird. Like I'll watch TV while I'm playing, and I'll remember a scene and where I was at on a Call of Duty map when I'm watching it again later on 2 years later. It's weird. I get it. Like I think that's just
unless the map just happened, like we just played a series or something, I won't remember what you're fucking talking about. Like you'll say something, I'll be like,
it is weird how it works, and I don't know. To steer it towards a Call of Duty type and gaming type thing, I think that's why finding like understanding what your teammates can get and when the best time to talk about things is like a big deal. Yeah. Like sometimes when we talk about like teaming, I don't think a lot of people understand what we're talking about in the like team chemistry stuff and working as a team, where that's kind of usually it. Like, do you get how your teammates work and can you work with that person that way, or is it just like not compatible? Because there's some people I've met that are probably good or better at certain things, but they don't work the way I want to, and then it just can't function.
Yeah. It always works.
Yeah, I mean,
it's always worse when they have like godlike Gunny too.
Yeah, like, they just don't get it.
Yeah.
They're just like, they have great Gunny, but they're just on the opposite other side of the fucking map. Like they're nowhere near like where you need them to be, and it fucking hurts. So like it's so like heartbreaking. And then you're like,
it really is.
Like this isn't.
You're like then you're like, yeah, that's great and all. I'm proud of you, bro. If you were right next to me, this would be even better.
Right.
But
I completely know how that feels.
And I think that's one of the ones that go on the longest as far as like duo-ship or like teaming with somebody like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna say names, but there are people where you tolerate it because of that. But even though mentally you know like it's never gonna work because that's just not how you can function as a team. Like I don't know. I don't know your experiences, but that's kind of where I've been at as well. Like thinking about teammates, playing with certain people at points in time. It's like, man, this guy's good, but like, how are we ever gonna figure this out? Like he's on this side, I'm on this side. It's not gonna. And work. It's a bummer.
As we get older too, it's like it's like you're like you see it every so often. You're like, damn, I don't. Yikes! I don't know if I can do this anymore.
Yeah,
and it's just like it's so like it's just heartbreaking, man. It hurts because you could be so good if they'd be so good if you just like if you could just fucking play for them, like you just move for it. You let them have the trigger and everything else, but just like steer them in the right fucking direction.
Well, that's the thing. It's like almost every time on a team for me, I had to be like number one or number two as far as like the best player on the team, and like I had to like as far as like just in terms of like the IQ thing, and then like it's skill wise and IQ, more so skill wise, and then like more so IQ wise, and then try to guide the ones with the gunny a decent bit.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Like, fuck.
I'm
but that can be
you. I'm sorry.
That can be a bit of a pain.
Yeah, it's just a rough road. You can even see it in pros sometimes. You see it in like good teams too. Like biggest team comes to mind, like that Optic Cold War team.
Yeah.
That was fucking
a lot of talent, but just
it hurt to watch. Like
that's
not even
really did.
Not even just because Optic's like at least my favorite team, and I know Mark, but I mean I'm not sure about CeeJ actually. Is it your favorite team, CeeJ? I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's between Optic and FaZe.
Okay, yeah. See, it's our favorite team, and I'm not even trying to bring it down to that level. Like that was heartbreaking. Like to see, like you had so much faith in them going into the year because Dashi ended the year. He didn't end the year on a high note, but he was freaking there. You had T2P, and then you had freaking Envoy who played with them the year before, and they placed third. Like it was just so fucking like frustrating to watch because they were so good mechanically, but
they definitely upgraded mechanically.
They couldn't fucking get it together, and that's what these situations kind of remind me of.
Yeah. Have any ideas that you want to talk about? Anything that's like, there's really nothing going on. COD is, for the lack of better term, dead until the new game drops. I think the teams are announced.
Seeing news that the CDL is on the verge of collapse.
Yeah, it won't be this year. The season format hasn't dropped. Nothing's new. I mean, we played the beta. It was fun, but we're just waiting now at this point. So.
I'm gonna be honest. The esports in general is just kind of. I don't think it's dropped in like maybe like viewership, but it's like hard to like It's one of those things. It's hard. It's hard to have like money. Like it's not a very. There's not a lot of esports brands that even make profit every year.
No, it's like it seems like such an unappealing industry right now. Like, there was a point where I remember it's like, we're people are gonna get in esports, and it's like all of a sudden people are like getting out immediately. It's I don't know if it's like a scary place to be, because for us it's not like we're in the CDL. We don't have much invested. I mean, we can do content outside of esports if it all dies for some reason.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's kind of sad to see because it's like, I don't know. What do you like? Does it just go back to MOG type stuff, which wouldn't be the worst, but I don't like
it. WL.
I think it was like, I think the problem with it is like generally like it's not a profitable thing. Like you like, and people are like, oh, you see all these people going to these events. Like, bro, these events, unless it's like, if you look at the crowd, just like, unless Optic or FaZe or maybe even LA Thieves are playing, like these, there's no, like the seats look empty. Like I watched the Halo World Championship. Yeah, they do.
I don't know.
Unless it's a World Championship. Unless it's like
I think
the
there's
world
people there for sure.
Yeah,
I think the problem is there's not enough events to function as a proper entertainment sport type. Like, I mean, they got 4 majors, one without a crowd, and champs.
I don't 100% disagree with that either, but like, it's just not only that, like, it's not spread out. Like, I think a lot like CS:GO and Valorant, and they're a little more profitable just because of the fact that it's like it's all over the world.
Well, not just that. Like, why do I give a shit that I have a home Florida team if I can't even go near me to watch them play Call of Duty? I think that's the big disconnect. They wanted to franchise, but they don't have events where each year where you can watch your team in person. You have to travel to freaking Dallas or LA, usually somewhere else, to go watch that team. So it doesn't really matter that they have your home name. So it's hard to keep somebody invested because you look at sports, most people either root for a sport team because they like a player or because it's from where they're from. So you're taking that, you're trying to capitalize on the aspect without giving the proper motivation for it. So I think that's where that falls short as well.
Yeah, and to be fair though, like sports kind of have a different go through though. Like there's no, I mean, as far as I'm aware of now, I could be wrong. There's no high school, to college to pro Call of Duty.
Well, that's because
college-ish.
You're right,
but it's not used like
it's not a direct.
I'm not even done.
I get what you're saying.
I'm not even done yet. Like, it's not a direct path, and even the college people, they just play. You're gonna make more just playing challengers, so they don't play mixing that up with college. You have to choose.
Yeah,
you're gonna, and then not all the same. Not all these good challengers players go to college. Like, obviously, so
yeah,
you got to choose to play with the better players to get that up and up to win. And I just think there's not it's the way challengers is not as controlled. I think that hurts a lot.
I agree with that. The lack of formatting and actual development in challengers makes it hard for you to say I'm gonna play challengers, because there's not if you do this you'll get to the pro level. It's very you're just you might be just wasting your time, and I think that's I don't know, we're in the beginning of esports as a whole. Sports has a head start. You can't just start at sports, basic sports like baseball, football, the stuff like that where it's been established. But there's a resistance to be what sports entertainment is while not wanting to be what esports used to be. So they're in this middle space that doesn't work for anybody. They got to commit or they got to go back to how it was. And I think that's their big problem right now.
I also don't think COD should be online. I really don't.
No, it makes no sense.
I think that's hurting a lot. Like these fucking like I personally could care less to watch these league matches.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
unless it's a good, unless I know it's going to be a good fight. Like last year, Optic and Thieves was always a good one.
Optic and FaZe is always a good one.
Yeah, cool. Exactly.
But you're not watching it because the match is exciting as like a scheduling. You're watching it because of the players and the team and like the game itself.
Exactly.
And that's the problem.
That's
you can't, unless there's the fan base predetermined, there's no way you're getting in as a Florida Miami Heretics fan right now. How would you? I mean, your team's either mid or whatever. Like, it's not even that. Like, the schedule doesn't give you room to see the whole importance of, like, the game. If my first match, if I never watched COD, was an online match, I would probably not watch COD again. You know what I mean? If you're watching the LAN in, like, a full event, like, that atmosphere is at least exciting enough to draw you in, have some intrigue. I mean, I think they're killing themselves by not being like, all right, the pandemic's been over. I mean, it's 2024 by the time this new season's out. We got to get back to events in person, straight up. Like it's all
like how they originally planned it.
How it was originally planned, how it originally was. Maybe not MW19 format per se, but the original type. I mean,
where the matches happen in person.
You're being cheap about certain things, and it's killing your brand to the point it's not going to exist anymore. So is it worth being cheap about it? I don't know. That's like people are like, well, it's too expensive. But I'm like, is it not expensive to not be growing and losing money every year? Like, I don't know.
It is. No. It's more expensive not to take the gamble sometimes.
That's
most of the time, really.
You just got to give it a try. Like, they haven't even tried since then.
I don't know. It's hard to say it because we don't know. Like, none of us know the back end of things. Like, I do see like some points to like this, but I agree with you both. Like, you might as well take the risk if you can. If you can, obviously, there might be a way that you just can't fucking do it.
Well, if they were like doing okay, but we're just suggesting it to improve it. I mean, they are, like CeeJ said, they are on the brink of not existing in a year. And what do you have to lose anymore? I don't see it.
I do think Scump and all these streamers has helped it though. Yeah, I think they have tried. Like it was already dying. Vanguard. I didn't. It was a terrible game to watch. It was a terrible. It was not enjoyable. It was not an enjoyable game.
Until champs, though, I'll say watching the LA Thieves play was like real exciting. They were like crazy diffy, and like that just
they were
pure fact. Like watching the crack teams go at it in Vanguard was probably really, like, in my opinion, some of the best COD of recent time.
Yeah.
But like as a whole, like watching the mid teams play, or like even a good team versus an okay team, it didn't look fun. Like I said, it was only like the top tier matchups, which happened like 3 times an event, maybe.
But
like I get what you're saying. Like, it's definitely been on the downhill extreme.
Yeah, it was I think they're trying to revive something that was like like already dead in the dump. So I don't know. It could not exist. It could. I don't know what they're going to do, to be honest with you. Yeah. Because like, it's just like,
it's tough.
It's like one of those things. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't type deal. So like,
yeah, I agree. I don't.
Might as well, I guess.
You might as well give it a go. And I agree. I think why people watch Scump stream is it added an element of like, I don't know. I only watch league matches through the watch party because them being like in person and interacting with each other was what made it exciting. But without that element, I probably wouldn't watch like any league matches this year, except for tournaments. Like, I don't know. It was just, they brought a certain element that was...
Tournaments has always been more exciting.
Right.
And just like how they have it now.
Yeah. I don't know. There needs to be the stakes involved as well that they lack in this current format. All my point is, you're in a spot now financially in like Xbox just bought you. I know it's Microsoft, but I'll call it Xbox. They just bought you. They're gonna change stuff. Maybe why not gamble on a format that is on LAN? It's a little different that might prove to be successful while you can.
Yeah,
I think that would be a good gamble.
The only the main thing I see that might work is if they were to do the tournaments like every weekend or every other weekend, and then by the placements of those, those tournaments, each team is allotted a certain amount of points per placement.
Right.
Yeah, I even have this idea. I was thinking about this. Like, I think this is a great idea. First of all, if you want to keep the league matches fun, whatever, let them keep the league matches. If that's what they want to do but at the major, have group play. How you doing these league play matches should not affect, because some of these guys go to this tournament, like the London Royal Ravens, even though they're not that competitive, whatever, they lose.
Yeah, they don't have a chance.
One and done. Like, let them go, put them in groups, let them do group play. Based off of group play, just sort them in the fucking bracket.
Right.
Just sort of sure, if they did bad in the league matches, let them play against, a group with Optic and, a couple other bad teams or whatever, or decent teams, whatever. Right. However you would have to do that. And then, give them a fighting chance. I
agree.
Like, imagine this. You live in freaking Texas. You fly all the way to New York. You're in losers bracket. One of the good teams gets absolutely dumpstered on and chokes the first round, and then you got to face the fucking God Squad with Simp and Abizi fucking flying through full throttle. Like, I would be personally pissed off.
Yeah. I kind of have two things to add. First of all, I agree. Like, imagine how much of a turnoff to a fan that is as well. Like, say I really like this team, but they're starting in losers. I have no motivation to go to that tournament because they're probably gonna lose. I think LAN adds a sense of unpredictability to the games too. I mean, Optic play Florida online. I mean, it was like maybe 9 out of 10 times they beat them. On LAN, it's a little more like, who knows? Sometimes they win, sometimes they don't. It's just like the good teams will always be good, but it still gives them more of a chance to see something crazy, in my opinion. Online's just so like good teams usually win online matches, in my opinion.
Yeah,
and bad teams never have a chance. So.
Or even better, don't start anybody on losers bracket. Just fucking make a 12-team bracket.
If you go to the league, say you do league play, and then you arrive, you can use the league play to sort groups, and then just run the groups on LAN. And then you can even sort it from there. And even still, like, if you put somebody in losers after group play, that's fair. I mean, if they could do that, but at least if you're a fan, you get to watch the group play, and then they play their bracket match, and maybe they win, maybe they don't.
I see from the point perspective, they want everybody to watch every match, but they don't. Like, first of all, I don't care. I don't care about every match.
Exactly.
I could care less about London versus Vegas, or they're Carolina now. Sorry, I've been calling them London.
I'm calling them the old names till the new season starts. So
I could care less about how that match goes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You don't have to stream even back in the MLG day, not every match was, streamed. Obviously Optic was streamed a lot because, they've got a big fan base. FaZe was too. You don't have to stream every match.
You have to Twitch the group, the BCs, you can do that too. Yeah. It doesn't gotta be a mainstream thing. Yeah.
Even if you can do the A, B, C, D, how they do in challengers type deal for the Like, do however you got to do, but you can figure this out. Yeah. They just don't care.
Right. It's like they're just putting it out. Well, that's my confusion. Like, Call of Duty as a game doesn't care because they make money regardless of the competitive scene. The League should care because this is all their job is. This is all the importance is in their even having an existence. And if they fail, they're not going to exist anymore. So I don't get why they're so nonchalant about making changes.
No more salaries, no more.
Right. I mean, they act like it doesn't matter. Like, maybe it doesn't to certain people in the thing. But if I'm going from Cold War was acceptable because of the circumstances, Vanguard sucked. The way I saw Vanguard viewership, there's no way I'm not changing the format going into this year. And they didn't. They were like, whatever, same shit. And honestly, I mean, Scump was the only reason as a whole that the season probably had better viewership than it deserved, because this game was also dreadful to watch on most cases. Some games weren't, but as a whole, I mean, it was it was very brutal this year as well. I'd say it's better than Vanguard from a match standpoint in the intrigue in them. But I don't know. The gameplay was boring. I mean, we all played this game. It's tough to play.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't mind watching this year. I didn't hate it, but I didn't mind it.
It was okay. But
as far as like, if I worked for the COD League, I guarantee you, if I worked for all 4 years, I'd have been like, fuck it at this point either. I'd have been like, I don't give a fuck anymore. Like, do whatever you want.
Well, yeah, like, why not, like, in a good way, F around and find out. Like, what do you have to lose at this point? Just try it.
I mean, all of you are going to lose your job in a year if you don't do something.
I mean, they're already firing people anyway, like, because there's no improvement. You can't maintain your job if you're not growing the business as a whole.
Oh, I mean, and they got to like improve the whole foundation. Like, they're trying to improve little things to make it interesting.
Yeah.
When that's not going to fix the foundation of it all. Like, it's just going to fucking dig you continuously deeper in a hole.
Exactly.
Like, focus on the finding the cure for the fucking disease instead of trying to treat the symptoms.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, that's well put. Yeah. I mean,
like,
I don't figure it out. Though.
I mean, us three can figure it out. I'm sure we put us three in charge. Yeah, we're taking over.
I think it's a slight lack of, like we were saying, like, maybe they don't care, and that's our misunderstanding to think they would. But like you said, if you put us in charge, at the very minimum, we care to improve it enough that if we had the control, we would be changing things until it works. Like, I don't know. It's a very, if you see something not working, at least from my perspective, I'm always trying to adapt it to be better. I mean, I run the NC League, and I change little things here and there throughout the season or into the next season. It's not a big thing. It's probably not going to make a difference just because of the state of amateur Call of Duty at the point. Another discussion we'll not get into. But, like, I don't get paid. I just care to make it better. I don't think these people care. I think that's our problem. And we assume they do, and they probably don't. I mean, I don't want to hate on them any more than we have been. But I just don't see how you're okay with this stagnant system you got right now and don't notice it. Like, you just walk by it every day. You're like, yeah, it's okay. Like, at this point, I thought COD was going to be so much bigger than it is. I thought that they were going to try to grow it with this whole league thing. And all they've done is taken it, renamed it, and just let it sit. I mean, I just don't get it.
I'm not going to lie, with, like, when it launched, like, MW and the MW19 season, I really thought it was going to be something. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to lie to you. I really thought COVID. I get it. COVID fucked up a lot of things. Yeah. That's something you can't help. Like, shit. Right. But you can help how you fucking respond to things.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And if they're not responding the best way they could possible. They just gave up.
It's like they responded by saying, "Well, I guess this is over." It's like, it didn't have to be. You could have you could have bounced back stronger, and people would have noticed and came back.
Especially when things like started opening up more.
Right. I mean, you're telling me people wouldn't have been like, okay, we get why it kind of dipped there, but now we're back because this is, you actually did what you said you were going to do. And
right.
They just never did. They're just like, it failed. But they didn't give it a chance. And that's what's, I think, the most frustrating is it didn't ever have a chance. Because
they just put two middle fingers. They just put two middle fingers in the sky and said, "Good luck," because I don't give a shit.
Right.
And it just sucked. Like, cause I had such high hopes. I like when the MW season started, bro. Like, I was hyped. I watched because it was every weekend. Mm-hmm. I watched every fucking LAN. I was fucking hyped for it.
Yeah.
And then, COVID caused a lot of issues again. Something you can't help, but
honestly, like, say what you want about the events before COVID, but like they were kind of hype. Like, I don't know, like some of the atmosphere there, I was like, oh, this is cool. That
fucking weekend, bro.
Yeah.
Was fucking like
that's why I'm in COD. Like, not that specifically that year, but as a whole, like that aspect of it.
I saved that competitive game, I think, in a little ways, like, because, like, in my opinion, because I didn't like the game competitively personally, but like that, like the hype of like watching them guys and watching them play like on that game.
Yeah,
I don't know. It was just really cool and such a small but great experience.
Yeah, I agree. CeeJ, unless you have anything to add, I don't want to beat the dead horse, to use the expression.
Nah, I don't have much else.
Unless you guys have any other related things, I was going to do some spooky would you rathers, being Halloween is arriving next.
Ooh,
yeah.
Just have
spooky. I wish I had a spooky soundboard thing, but I do not.
I wish I had some nachos.
With the duck.
Wish I had
spooky duck.
That's fair. All right. Would you rather have a friendly? Okay, good. Go ahead.
What you're saying?
Because once I go, it's gonna be into this. So you sure?
Okay. You know what I wish I had?
Yeah.
Some fucking buffalo wings. Holy shit!
I should have said it too, because that's what I was thinking. I said he's gonna say some chicken shit. This guy is. If Breach is hungry, he wants buffalo wings, and that's pretty much the end of that story. I mean, well, Breach, I wish I could give you some buffalo wings. However, I don't. I also wish I had buffalo wings because I'm hungry today.
I like Korean.
Well, that's fine, but
anyway, buffalo
wings are pretty fire. I had some Wingstop the other day, and I was vibing with it for sure.
Okay, just say what are you rather.
Would you rather have a friendly but scary looking monster under your bed for the rest of your life, or have nightmares every day / night?
What was the first one?
Would you rather have a friendly but scary looking monster under your bed for the rest of your life, or have nightmares every night?
I say the first one.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, nightmares aren't real. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but you're never going to get a good night's sleep.
But I'm just going to make buddies with the fucking monster, dude.
Okay, that's fair. But, like, visually, I don't know if I could cope with looking at a monster every day. You know what I mean?
Markman, you haven't met Breach without his sleep. I will become very hard to fucking deal with if I don't have good sleep.
How are you going to sleep with this monster? Taking deep breaths, moving your bed every day. He's friendly. He's a scary mother. Like you drop your phone. You don't want to. Like you go pick up your phone and get a glimpse of that thing. You're sleeping good that night. I'm not.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about nightmares too. Like you fucking heart attack as you're fucking asleep. If it's bad enough.
Listen, let me tell you about the monster. Though. I live about 10 feet down the hall from one. She scares me every freaking morning I wake up. You know what? I feel pretty good. I got 8 hours.
I mean,
if I have a nightmare, normally I'm waking up sweating.
Yeah, I mean,
bro,
me too.
Every night, bro.
I go back to sleep. I mean,
Well, every night. That's every fucking night.
That's fair.
No.
All right. I'm not arguing with you. I'll agree to disagree. I'll agree to disagree on that. I think a friendly monster would be cool, but the scary looking thing is what got me hesitant.
I guess it depends on what you define as fucking scary.
I mean, I always imagined the scariest possible monster I could think of, which is pretty frightening in my mind. So I'm like, nah, that's not it. Not like, I mean, it's not like Barney under your bed, you know what I mean? This shit got horns, probably like crazy looking face.
If I look under my bed and seen Barney, I might be a little freaked out though.
Yeah, that might be also a different kind of nightmare. That's a different kind of nightmare, you know?
We're so Teletubbies.
Freaking Teletubbies. Oh, I was trying to bubble.
I think that's the scariest of the cartoons back then.
Nah.
Thomas the Train was fucking scary too. Holy shit.
Just a face on the train, bro. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Would you rather get kidnapped by a psychopath or abducted by aliens?
Oh. Both is probably going to involve torture.
Yeah.
I don't know. Aliens is less of a probability, so I'm going with aliens. Psychopath is like a big fear of mine, so I'm gonna.
I'm assuming it.
The moment I say I would rather that, it's gonna happen to me, and I'm not down for that. So I'll go aliens.
I'm assuming it's gonna happen either way. So like, here's my thing: aliens. I feel like they would torture you, but I feel like they would kill you. I feel like a psychopath might eat me or something.
Like he might eat you, or he might just keep you like for the rest of your life. I'd rather an alien just like run some tests and then just pop, or give you a chance to 1v1 in Black Ops 3. And then in which case, you know, I'm back home. I'm back home in a best of 3. Like
he's getting fucking 30 bomb, bro. It's best of 2 because I'm fucking taking gold, buddy. Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean,
fucking wall run with the
DMC. Deal with the alien.
Yeah. I'm the same thing.
Yeah. Would you rather be the first person or the last person who turns into a zombie in a zombie apocalypse? So you're patient 0 or you're like the last guy alive and then you get turned into a zombie?
Probably the last.
Yeah.
I don't know what zombies see when they turn into zombies, but if you're like kind of like conscious still, I mean, maybe that'd be cool. Like you can just be like, I'm getting everybody, you know, like a game infected pod. You're just like, I'm taking everyone down. Like, I'm going to Breach's house immediately. This guy's, you know, we're running duo shit as zombies.
Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. We're gonna be on round 45, bro.
We'd be wearing our like villainous merchandise. Would be like make sense that at that point. Oh,
that'd be hilarious.
No, I agree with the last though. I don't know. First seems brutal. Like you don't even see it coming. You're just bam, a zombie. Like at least last you're like you're doing your best, but it's like oh well.
The last,
go out like a badass, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The last, there's something like knowing you were the fucking, you literally won the battle royal in a way. Like you won the battle royale in a way. You were the last man. So, I mean, something like at least you died knowing you gave it. You did what anyone else couldn't do. So like. I'd be happy with it, personally.
I would too.
Oh, these are tough. Do you know who Hannibal Lecter and Patrick Bateman are?
I don't know Hannibal Lecter. It's not who Patrick Bateman is.
I don't know who this guy is, but I'm pretty sure he's
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he's the guy from the movie Psycho, where you like check into the motel and then he like kills you. Anyway, it said, would you rather have dinner with that person? But like, it's pretty easy because Hannibal Lecter's serving you human. So like, no thank you for that.
Yeah, but personally, I don't know. Someone like the last name Bateman, I feel like I couldn't slap around. And I've seen Hannibal Lecter in the movies. I think I could slap Hannibal Lecter around personally.
I don't know. I think you could probably slap either on, but it's about the dinner, you know? It's not like, would you rather be kidnapped? I'm like, dinner is like a meal. I think you get to go away after that, but like, maybe they both serve people, and in which case there's not a great choice there. I think you just maybe not eat that night.
Oh, who's good of a chef?
Yeah, I was gonna say at that point it's like a different conversation.
Who has more experience with it?
Yeah, hey, hold on. I don't know much about either, so I really can't say. But just because I know Hannibal Lecter, I'll give it to Hannibal. But like, I mean, maybe Bateman's got the sauce. He's cooking up that yum yum sauce or some shit, right?
Oh my god! All right, nah, bro.
I don't know either, so I can't really say.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm unfamiliar with that. What's this? Okay, would you rather choose a hairspray bottle and a lighter as your weapon, or a rolling pin in the event of a zombie apocalypse?
Rolling pin.
I don't know. Like, catching zombies on fire would be pretty hype, but it would run out
of it.
Right. But you can break a rolling pin. I mean, how many zombies are you gonna hit till it's still standing there? I don't know. I think assuming they're both perishable, I would go lighter. But
yeah, but assuming
they might not even go down to the fire.
Yeah, they might not go down the bowling pin either.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how hard you hitting? Like, you be swinging heavy though. You know what I mean? Like, that's a lot of physical effort.
You're in a close you're in a close like range. The bowling pin is not that long. Like, it's I don't know. I think I'd still choose the bowling pin, but like, because I'm assuming the hairspray will run out faster and the lighter would too. But like,
okay. I was gonna say, zombies can bump into each other and catch each other on fire if they're already on fire. Whereas, like, if three zombies approach you and you got a rolling pin, what are you gonna do? Like, you don't have training as a ninja, so you're pretty much.
Sorry, I see what you're saying.
No, that's pretty much all I'm saying. Like, unless you're really good with like handheld weapon, you're gonna be in trouble. Whereas a lighter, you can just catch them on fire and run.
Well,
I agree with what you're saying, but I think I'm sticking to it.
Who like, what zombies are we talking about? We talking about the running ones?
Let's talk COD zombies, like just the basic bitch zombies. We're not getting Megatron or whatever his name is in there. The big
I'm running either way if that bad boy showed up.
Yeah, that guy's pretty rough. I don't know what you do.
Yeah.
Hits him with rolling pin, just punches you across the freaking map. Like, that's what would happen. Poof, gone.
I emptied 3 clips in him and he still didn't die. So I don't fucking know. Holy shit.
I wouldn't want to fuck with that.
Yeah, just give me the bullet pin, I guess, for now. Fuck it.
Yeah.
We'll do final one. Would you rather go to a Halloween party or stay home and watch horror movies with your friends? I don't have friends. No, I'm just but I don't like horror movies. I'd go to a party. I'm done with that.
I'd probably just say the movie so I could watch their reactions and laugh at them.
I'm going to a party for Halloween, so it'd be the party.
Fair enough.
I don't have a party, so.
Well, it's not my party.
I could seek out a party, but in that effort, I'm doing nothing for Halloween. I'll probably play Call of Duty. Never mind. The new game's not out yet, so I'll probably play Madden. Regardless, honestly, I might put up my Christmas tree because I hate Halloween as just like a concept. No, I'm just kidding. I don't hate Halloween, but I'm not one of those guys who's like, I need to go to a Halloween event. I mean, I took the free candy as a kid, but current stuff, I'm not like
I'm not even dressing up for this Halloween party. I would be honest with you. I'm wearing.
You're just going as cool guy. Bro. You're just going as Breach the gamer.
Bro,
just show up with a headset, bro.
You know,
I'm just so fucking like, I'm so fucking lazy. Like, they were like, so they were like, my friends were like, so are we going? We're going to this Halloween party, right? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, what are you dressing up as? I'm like,
honestly, just
myself, bro.
Buy a fedora and just wear a suit, and then you're just a gangster. Like, it's pretty easy if you just want to low effort.
Or you got a leather jacket, man.
I mean, get a Hawaiian shirt. You could be Magnum PI. I mean, like, yeah, leather jacket. You could be like a biker dude. I don't know. You could low effort.
I'm definitely gonna have to low effort it if I do. I was thinking of just wearing myself, but you know, 'cause I think I'm pretty cool.
I don't know. Like, you could do that. You could just wear something to go as like yourself, and if somebody asks you, just like base whatever you're wearing off of, like, I don't know, just make something up. Because I don't know.
That's true.
I would feel really like, like, what are you dressed as? I'm like, I'm me, and people be like, okay, you know, like, I don't know. Maybe that's like the college kid mentality of like everyone else around me is be like that. Like, I don't genuinely care. That's why I don't go anywhere for Halloween, because I don't want to dress up. Yeah. But like, if I were to go, I would at least have to put some form of.
See, that's where we're different. They can kiss my ass.
Well, that's
I'll
fair.
do whatever the fuck I want.
See, that's my mentality. I just stay home and say that. I guess is the same.
Well, see, my friends invited me, and I was like,
well, yeah,
I would.
Hey, you doing anything for Halloween? Yeah, I'm busy, and that's what I say. Even though I'm not, I'm just like, yeah, I'm totally busy. Like,
yeah, but you know, it's a Saturday night.
Is it?
You only got
Halloween's on a Tuesday.
Okay, whatever. It's on
for me.
I mean, if the party's on Saturday, that makes sense. I'm just telling you, like, Halloween's on a Tuesday. Weekend. Like, shit's midweek. I got class tomorrow.
It's this weekend, so I mean, that's where I'm going. So I didn't know Halloween was on a Tuesday. I thought it was this weekend.
Yeah, but no. I mean,
whatever.
Most parties are this weekend, to be fair, but I don't know. As far as the question goes, I'm party because I don't like watching horror movies, but in reality, nothing. You're going to a party. CeeJ likes watching people scared, and I think that does it for the podcast. Since this is our last one till next year, do you guys have any parting words of wisdom for our lovely audience at home?
Kissy, kissy, smoochy, smoochies. Goodbye.
Well, I was gonna say, like, we are doing the specials. I do forget about those nonstop. But as far as a weekly basis, if there's anything huge that happens, we'll catch you up in the Thanksgiving one, and Christmas one at those points. Because I assume the call season and stuff will start like by then, so we can bring that stuff up. But as far as now, we got nothing else for you guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you're watching on an audio platform, you can check us out on YouTube at Villainous Gaming Official. If you are on Twitter, you can search us at Villains Gaming, and that does it for us. And we won't see you next week, but we will see you during Thanksgiving. So, thank you guys for watching.